And working women have come a long way since the 1960s, but as I'm sure you know, we still have a long way to go, ladies. Aside from the pay gap between men and women, did you know that the most common occupation for women is the same today as it was 50 years ago? That's a secretary. An upcoming film, Hard-Hatted Woman, explores gender stereotypes in the workforce and why we still have a preconceived notion of, quote, women's work by shining a spotlight on the ladies making inroads in one of the most stubbornly male industries, construction. Take a look.
They push against the norm. They're pushing against society and what they're saying that we should be and we should do.
Why are the trades the last industry to become integrated at all? I don't think it's women not wanting to go into trades. I think a lot of women who start leave.
They could not possibly put together that you can actually do the stuff that they do. It's like you're a little porcelain doll. I was raised to do this. I was born in this business to do this. I'm here to work.
Well, joining us now to discuss the film and the issues it explores, we have on set with us Lorian Barlow, the director of Hard-Hatted Woman, and Amber Melendez, a journey iron worker. And in the Google Hangout, we're also joined by Francoise Jacobson of Equality Rights Advocates and Rudy Mulligan, a second-year carpenter apprentice. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. And I've got a comment here that kind of says it all, really. Christine says, awesome topic. Can't wait to hear more. Lorian, you know, why did you come up with this idea in the first place? What was the catalyst for this film?
The catalyst was meeting a woman who had been a carpenter and had left the industry because she found the culture of the industry to be too hard to deal with. And her story stayed with me for a while. And I found a book called Alone in a Crowd, Tradeswomen Tell Their Stories, where women from the 80s were talking about their experiences. And I found that not much had changed in decades for these women.
Yeah, talk to me about why that is, because that percentage that we mentioned, that 3%, you know, what is that 3% kind of made up of?
That 3% is made of, I think it's probably an average taken from many different trades within the building trades. So for certain trades, it's less than 1%, and some electricians, carpenters, slightly more women.
Obviously, it's very, very low. I mean, Amber, why do you think it stayed persistently low for so long? What do you think are the biggest reasons?
Because it can tend to be a very unfriendly environment for women. I think that we're judged from the minute we get out there. And they immediately think that we can't think like them and we can't work like them. And so it's like we're a lost cause. We get pushed to the side and, you know, at whatever task that's given, it's not directed towards us.
I mean, you're obviously speaking from experience as
Absolutely.
well. Can you give us an example just to kind of put this into context for people, an example where maybe, like you said, you know, we saw in the film, porcelain doll syndrome. That seems to be how how guys in the field treat women construction workers.
What I do, I'm on the heavier side of it. I'm in ironwork, and a lot of it is heavy lifting. The tools are heavy. Everything is heavy, and it's judged that women can't go out there and they can't, you know, lift as much. And I think I think it's also men have a hard time watching women do that and saying, and I think they question that if they're not helping us and they're not protecting us, then what does it say about them? And I think that sort of gets in the way. It's a conflict for them. So when it comes to me lifting things, I sometimes have to push them out the way and go and do it. And I have to constantly show them that I can do this before they take it away from me.